So I guess things bear repeating because apparently I have not made myself clear on a few things concerning this topic. And this has been posed to me in a question, one question, with maybe very few variations from more than one person. So I've always hinted at the answer. Like I've just disclosed several tidbits of the answer once, and I think that my video response to Mystical Forest, and the other one in my response to Nadarik. But I guess that I didn't make myself clear enough, so I shall clarify for all of you who are still asking this question. So here's the question. If you do not believe in God, as I don't, then why do you live? What purpose do you have in life if you don't have God in your life? Yes, I know many of you atheists in my audience are just groaning on the inside, but honestly, I don't think that theists really understand the atheistic position when it comes to things like morality and purpose. So I guess it bears repeating that I must have to explain myself. First of all, purpose, at least my idea of purpose, is fairly subjective. It applies solely to the individual. One person's purpose is not suited for necessarily another person. And this purpose, at least what we conceive as a purpose, is a construct of our own mind. So, what is my purpose in life? Well, I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea. Or at least I don't have a concrete idea. I cannot say for certain that I have a purpose in life. Maybe I don't. And, that doesn't really concern me one bit. I suppose you can say that I personally have a few long-term goals in mind, if that's what you refer to as purpose. Like I want to go to a certain career, I want to possibly start a family, I want to possibly help those who are less fortunate than I want to help people and solve world hunger. I guess you can call these things part of my purpose. Of course, I don't have to just have all these big, grandiose ideas in my idea of purpose. In fact, I have a lot of little things I enjoy. That's part of my purpose in life. I guess you can say that playing on the computer is part of my purpose. Making YouTube videos is a small but definitely important part of my purpose. Cooking, part of my purpose. And sitting in front of a window watching the rain while I drink a nice hot cup of Asian tea, that's another part of my purpose. It's small but fairly significant. And still, theists will be unsatisfied. And that's okay, because my idea of purpose and a theistic idea of purpose are two completely separate things. Theists will dismiss probably those small, insignificant things that are exclusive to me, that I live for, and instead ask me, why do I want to help people? Why do I want to solve world hunger? If all we're going to do is die anyways, if all we're going to do is essentially have this finite time in this world, and this world is going to die a heat death anyways, why bother? Well, maybe it's because I have a little thing called a conscience. As difficult as it might sound to believe, yes, I'm human. Yes, I do care about people. Sometimes, usually. I would want that sort of care and that sort of respect done to me, so I should care for other people in return. So it's not like atheists can just go around and shoot a bunch of prostitutes and snort a whole bunch of cocaine just because we feel like it and because we're all gonna die anyways and life is meaningless. So yeah, we have a conscience and we decide to use it. And not all atheists do, mind you, and there's the occasional bad egg in the same way that there's an occasional bad egg in any religion. But the fact remains that we all have a conscience. We all use that conscience. It's just that some of us attribute that conscience to God and others decide to accept it for what it is. So, if this all sounds still very sketchy to my detractors, I'd at least like to challenge your position for a second. The way theists chalk up this whole objective purpose, this objectively given purpose, really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Consider the following situation. If a god or gods that you happen to worship told you that your purpose in life was to be an ordained serial rapist, Are you going to go out and start raping people? I'd hope not. So, okay, you have a God-given purpose, whatever good or bad purpose that may be. It still means nothing to me. Because at one point in time, people were given the purpose, or at least they thought they were given the purpose from a god or gods to exterminate all non-believers. People at one point in time thought it was their purpose given by a god or gods to pillage and rape and steal. People have thought it was their purpose to kill gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and transgendered people. So I therefore conclude that from this, in essence, a purpose given by a higher order or by a god or gods compared to a purpose that was created by man are essentially really indistinguishable. And I really don't understand the whole idea of a theistic purpose because, well, what does being a theist entail? Essentially doing what you're told, following your holy scripture, going to whatever building to worship this higher order that you worship, and yeah, essentially it all falls down to following rules. And you might think, well, we have the free will to follow rules or not. Well, this free will that you speak of can essentially land you eternal punishment if you decide not to follow these rules as ordained by whatever particular holy book you believe in. So really, I have to conclude that by these observations, this higher purpose that you were given is really no better than that of a master giving a higher purpose to a slave. And just to further my point and to just wrap things up nicely, how about I ask you theists a question? If hypothetically, tomorrow there was somehow proof that your God did not exist, conclusive proof beyond a reasonable doubt that your God did not exist, are you going to commit suicide because you don't have purpose anymore? For the large majority of you, I'm betting no. And feel free to call me out on that, if you can. Thanks for watching, and may the truth always be heard.